Hey, buddy, how's it going? How's Jason Saulnier?
How's Kaleb Duckman? Bravura.
Yeah, pretty good, buddy.
Kaleb Duckman, you got a new CD out, I've seen. It's right in my hands right now. So tell me a little bit about this project.
That CD we just finished up. We recorded it, we recorded it last year. We've been recording it for about a year. And we just released it before January. Well, we didn't release it, but we had it done. So we released it this year. And, we did it all ourselves. It was all self-produced. We did it on, some Macs and just went nuts with the recording software and got it done. It turned out awesome. We spent so much time, perfecting it as much as we could. So it was a lot of fun doing it, but a lot of hard work too, man. A lot of hours when you're editing stuff.
And also the album cover. We see Kaleb on the cover, and I'm sure it's photoshopped because it looks too good.
Oh yeah, it's totally photoshopped. It's so epic looking. It's got to be photoshopped.
And imagine in the 1960s somebody would have actually went to that scene to take a picture like that.
Yeah, something like that. I could try to recreate it. Yeah, the guy who did the graphic design for us was a friend of ours named Bronco, and he did an awesome job of it. I really think the CD turned out good. The pictures were done by Paradise Productions, and, I thought it turned out really good.
Now, another thing, too, is like you're a guitar player in Helix, and I'm sure the Helix fans are they diving into this?
Oh, yes, actually, we get quite a few Helix fans out to the show there, and not only that, I get a big response when I'm actually out on the road with Helix playing shows. Everyone's always coming, hey, you got that Bravura CD? And, sometimes I don't have it on me, it's a dork, because these people obviously want that CD, so I've been bringing them to the shows, and, sell them, and that's pretty cool that way. Get, the exposure on that's pretty crazy. So I actually just played a EMA party on Saturday, and there was a write-up done about it, and I got to talk to some people about, the band, and hopefully something comes through there. But there was a write-up on our show posted up on my Facebook there, and it was a really good write-up. They said we stole the show, so that was pretty fun.
And also, what you could do is perhaps mention the band members on this CD.
The guys that are playing on the CD is Jonah Kay is one of the lead guitar players. He does also more of the growling vocals and hardcore screaming type stuff. Then we got Travis McKinnon who plays lead guitar and does backup vocals as well. Justin Ferrari plays bass, and he also does backup vocals and then I play guitar and sing.
Another thing too I've seen on BravuraMetal.com, you guys got a new music video out. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's right. That video was actually filmed by the same guy who did the Helix video, Make 'Em Dance. Francis did that video, and he did a really good job. We actually had Brent from Helix and Jonah doing a lot of work on that editing-wise, and it turned out just great. I had a lot of fun shooting that video.
It's a cool-looking video too. Like, whose concept was it to do the beginning of it, the intro?
It was something we had discussed for a long time. We would have these meetings that lasted 20 minutes, because then you start, drinking beer, and the next thing you know, you're totally off subject, right? But we'd have these meetings and try to get as much as we could get done with Francis, a couple of guys from the band and stuff. We'd have these meetings all the time, talking about different images and things we wanted to see, and we just started picking out these locations. One of the locations in that warehouse-looking place with the elevators and stuff, I actually worked there before, so just thinking about how we kind of wanted to make it look spooky, I thought those elevators and stuff would be good for that. So, yeah, we just sat around and talked. We got a couple buddies who thought it was really cool, so we got them kind of, being the, the plot or the storyline in the video. So it was really fun doing that.
Another thing too we got to talk about is a little bit of Helix. Helix got a new album out that you're playing on.
That's right. The Helix Unplugged album. We're actually doing some shows with Sean Kelly to support that album. We have our show at the Aeolian Hall coming up. I believe it's May. I want to say May 11th. I think it's May 11th. Check the Helix website if you really want to know. I should know that date. PlanetHelix.com has the date there. It's sometime in May. I believe it's May 11th or 14th. We're playing Aeolian Hall with Sean Kelly. He's opening up, doing acoustic stuff, classical stuff from his albums that he has. And he's playing with Nelly Furtado, so he's doing this with us as well. And then he comes on stage with us and actually plays, because he also played on Helix Unplugged as well. It was everybody in Helix and Sean on that album.
So this tour that you guys are going to be doing, or like the gigs, is it going to be unplugged also?
Yeah, well, we're actually doing double duty right now. We're going to start these acoustic shows. We're going to be doing both. We're going to try to tackle like the soft seat theaters for the acoustic stuff, and kind of have a more of it's almost like a meet and greet kind of thing where, there's a mic passed around the crowd and stuff. So the crowd can actually interact with the bands in between songs. It's very, the atmosphere of it's really relaxed. And then we also have the shows where we rock out as hard as we can and break our necks all the time as well. So we got both those shows going right now, so it's pretty cool.
Another thing too, you get to sign a lot of autographs for Helix fans.
Oh yeah, all the time. I always go to the merch booth, and it just amazes me as time goes on. I've only been in Helix for, I don't even know if it's been a year and a half yet, and the recognition and people knowing about what's going on, even with my own band, and and these people are coming up to me, in BC and stuff, and just knowing quite a bit about what I'm doing musically and what I've done with Helix. It's really cool to have those people know that stuff. It just shows me that I'm getting some recognition on the album, and it's just awesome that there's fans coming up and saying, "Hey, Duckman, how's it going, man?" And, they're recognizing me.
Hard work pays off.
It does. You sit at home. Well, it does and it doesn't. Sometimes you get some of these clubs, I won't mention any names, where you feel like maybe you're a beginning band or something, because there's no dressing rooms and you're standing in a hallway. But you know what? If you love the music, all that stuff doesn't really matter. You just go out there and kick ass every night.
Another thing too I'd like to bring on the table, you're with Sfarzo Strings still?
Sfarzo Strings, yeah, we're still sponsored by them. Actually, I just got a shipment of strings in the other day.
Cool.
Got a bunch of them. I use them all the time. And thank you very much for setting up, buddy. You're the man.
Well, I'm glad you like Sfarzo Strings. It's what I use as well.
Yeah, no, they're a great string. I've been playing those for quite a while now. I just get them, 20 or 30 packs at a time. I got the signature set, and you just keep playing those things. They're a really good string. I like how bright they are and crisp. And what I notice is I rarely ever break one. I think I've only broken one.
It's an incredible string, I find myself, because I don't snap them live. I snap to one, I think, also.
Yeah, I really don't snap them. I mean, I do string them over the bridge the other way, so it does loosen some tension. But still, they're good sounding strings, and they sound, just nice and crisp, bright when they're new. I got these acid fingers, so after about 2 shows, my strings don't sound the same.
Brent also has an endorsement with Sfarzo Strings. So you guys have both your signature sets that you bring at the Helix shows, perhaps sell them or something?
Yeah, we try to, make that available for the fans. They're there. So if anybody ever wants to come up to the merch booth and purchase any strings, that's right. We sell them at shows. I don't know how successful we've been selling, but they're if you want them. we got the guitar picks and stuff like that too. So I think a lot of times the fans, they just grab a pick when it comes to memorabilia like that from the guitar players. But I have gotten some feedback about pretty cool strings, and a lot of friends and family really dig that type of stuff. So it becomes like a collector's item to have your own set. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, and I'm sure it sells better to sell those little picks than a pack of strings.
Well, yeah, people come up and everyone wants guitar picks all the time. I mean, I buy them in large quantities, and
for sure,
you just throw them out after the show, and people just love that stuff. People love free stuff, so picks is probably the cheapest way you can go.
Yeah.
So you just throw a bunch of those out.
So what's in the future for Bravura? Are we gonna see a little mini tour?
Well, we're trying to always set up something like that. I mean, we've played Kitchener and surrounding area for over a year now. Now we got this out, and we just want to play with any band who is out there trying to actually do it. There's a lot of bands that talk the talk but don't walk the walk, and we want to get together with a touring band that could we could do a tour together or something like that. That's what we're looking for right now. We're still playing shows around Kitchener. We just had a show a couple weekends ago here in Kitchener or Waterloo at Maxwell Music with a band Before the Damned, great band, who opened actually for Helix in London. So we just shared a bill there, and it was pretty fun. But like we're trying to get gigs as much as we can. I travel quite a bit, so when I'm home and we try to get out there and play, which is different,
Mm-hmm.
To have both bands. You go out on the road for a couple weeks, and you come home, and all of a sudden a couple days later you have a show with over a couple licks to go out there and play again. I actually played a double bill in Woodstock one time where I played with Helix, and then just moved my amp about 4 feet and played another hour and a half with Bravura. So I was on stage for about 3 hours straight. That was pretty good.
Pretty good and tiring, I'm sure, at the same time.
I was pretty pumped up about playing both shows. It was actually kind of cool. You get really warmed up after the first round.
Well, sure.
Yeah, second round is just blistering. Your hands are ready to move at that point.
Kaleb, it's been a real pleasure talking to you.
Right on, man. It was great talking to you, too. I appreciate the interview.
No problem. Well, you have a great evening, and we're going to promote some Bravura.
Right on, man. I appreciate it.
Keep in touch on the famous Facebook.
Yeah, for sure, buddy. I'll be posting the link for this stuff for sure. All right, man. Take care. You have a good one.